Good. The meeting is now called to order. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Tara, roll call.
Councilmember Campbell.
Here.
Councilmember Garbett.
Here.
Councilmember Mays.
Here.
Councilmember Barnhart.
Here.
Councilmember Bakke.
Here.
All right. We will kick this off with our public comment, and I'm going to start over here to my left. Mr. Anderson, step up, make sure your mic's working. Tap it if you don't mind. And then just make sure you state your name, and you have 5 minutes. It's on. You're good.
Okay. So tonight is the, I guess, picking of another council member. I'm not doing that. I will have no part in that. Before I start my remarks, Travis, you've aged a lot since the last time I saw you. I didn't know who the old man was who came in here. Sorry. And Mike, I was going to wear your t-shirt that said Mike for Mayor. I found some tape and I put an X through it, but I didn't wear it because I thought you might get mad at me and I don't want that to happen. Anyway. Since we're naming streets after, to me, very unimportant people, we should name East North Street or North Water Street Mark Robert Anderson Street. First off. Second, I totally agree with what the council or whoever's working on buying whatever they're buying with the U.S. grant funds, the grant funds, because my thing is, like Field of Dreams says, build it and they will come. Because it's just a way to create opportunities for Georgetown. Third, I think soon the council, the police need to try to run a police levy because I know money's always short and it's been a long time since that's been done. When I was on council, I know that was one of the concerns. Fourth, the charter is, I think, 4 or 5 years old. If I remember the organizational chart right, and I might have this wrong, I might actually do that charter thing again. I will never, ever do the council thing again. No. If I remember the organizational chart right, correctly, the treasurer is under the administrator. I don't know if that's right or not. Either way, I used to work at a bank and we had this organizational chart that said compliance. And right under or right at the same level of the president was the compliance person. The treasurer to me is that important. And maybe it's government's different than business, but the treasurer is like really, really, really important to me. And as I said, I am not going back to the council ever. I'm glad I did it once. I'll never do it again. I am formally announcing my candidacy for the President of the United States. My first course of action, invest taxpayer money to rebuild Lakewood Golf Course. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Always a pleasure. Was that North Water Street?
North Water Street, East North Street.
Gotcha.
Mark Robert Anderson Parkway.
Gotcha. I'll talk to the council about it.
You guys have a good day.
Gentleman right there, would you like to address council?
No, not at this time.
Okay, all right. Mr. Horn?
Not today.
Not today. Mr. Ring?
No.
Councilman Jeremy Jones? Miss anyone? I'm good. All right, well, we are moving on. So item 5 on the agenda, we are actually striking that from the agenda tonight, the special presentation, simply because there was a conflict in schedules. So we will move that to our next meeting, and we'll have that for the public and kind of the special presentation that it is. It'll be on the agenda next time. So we'll move right into general business. And the first thing, probably why a few of you are here this evening, is probably with intent or interest in our open council seat. We do have that vacant seat that we do need to fill at some point in the near future. So I think what we should do tonight is do some interviews for the ones that are here. I believe everybody has been copied on the letters that have been given forth to council to review. And we have 3 of the individuals here tonight in council chambers with us. So what, do we have 4?
Jay.
1, 2. Oh, I apologize. Yes. Okay. Now I apologize. We do have 4. I'm sorry. So we do have 4 members here tonight. So what we would like to do, the standard format that we typically do, is we interview or ask some questions. Maybe that's a better way of putting it, each of you individually. What we like to do is have, while we do the one person that we're asking questions of, we like to have the other 3 members step out into the hall. It is not required. You're more than welcome to stay, but it makes it more comfortable for everybody if we do it that way. Again, not required. So are you guys okay with that format? We'll just do some questions of each candidate. And then what we will do after that is, after we get through all 4 interviews, we will then dismiss into an executive session and discuss and possibly come back tonight with a decision. Is that good for everyone up here as well? All right. So I have the fun pleasure of picking who gets to go first. I'll probably start over here, Mr. Keefe, if that's all right with you. If you would like, the other 3 candidates, if you would like to step out into the hall while we work through our questions with him, please do so. And Mr. Keefe, if you wouldn't mind coming up to the podium. Yeah, it's open session. You don't have to, but it's up to you. All right, how are you tonight?
Oh, not too bad.
Not too bad, good. All right, so we'll try not to make this very painful. Very much just an open session where we can learn more about you, kind of what your goals are, what you're looking to do, the why behind it. So probably the easiest way to get started, Mr. Keefe, is just for you to kind of help us understand why you want to be a part of this council.
Usually the reason why I would volunteer I like to help. I have a lot of talents and resources, and it's just in my nature to just help with stuff. Whether it's at church or someone, family member or people in need, it's just kind of my second nature. Yeah, and I just kind of see, obviously, Bink is my pastor, but I see the things that he's done, and I have that interest to be able to go to another level of being able to help or decision making, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I could bring that to the table. And as a team, I'm not going to act like I just know everything about everything. But as a team player, I think I could offer some more help in different things. Obviously, I'm not in my letter, I'm not a political, never been in the spotlight or never been, other than, being on the council at church, one of the committee members there. So I think the last time I practiced any of the Roberts Rule of Law was probably in FFA. in 1997. But I do remember some of it, but just interested in doing more, especially in the community. So.
Yes, and Robert's rule, it's funny how quickly it comes back to you.
Right.
All right, guys, questions for Mr. Keefe?
Mr. Keefe, I know you said you were interested in solving problems and helping. What do you see as some of the bigger problems facing the village?
I might not see it as much. I hear a lot about the whole, the infrastructure, the sewers, the water lines. And with me not living here for as long as everyone else, I might not know or hear how bad it really is. That sparked my interest as soon as I came to a first meeting sometime last year. Just driving around, seeing things that just could be cleaned up, made better. I don't like to just pick on any one thing. It's not like I drive around and see, but somehow, and I don't know if the idea that if there's any kind of division or just the chit chat that, you got one side over here that's trying to, like, everyone here is trying to do their due diligence to make things better. And then you hear all the griping on Facebook or whatever about this needs done, that needs done. And I don't know, I guess I just want to throw my common sense comments or ability to help in and say, no, I think we could just do it this way. But I don't know. I don't go around and pick on different things and see this road is this or that, so more business, more tax revenue generating businesses, I feel like could be a big thing. But I don't know if any one person can just make that happen. But that's always a need. Just want to see more. Just want to see more positive things happening.
Thank you.
Other questions?
One of the things I saw from your letter is that where you're from is similar in size and historical significance to Georgetown. Is there anything that you saw there that you thought might translate here, that might work here, that we could do? Because we have this whole grant that's coming up.
I don't know if I would have any one particular thing that would, like, we should do this, but the sheer fact that you have grant to base and pivot off of. I mean, obviously, everything was Thomas Edison in Milan, Ohio. But if you have that and you have the grant that is being granted, I mean, that could be a huge thing to build off of or use as a focal point to make the community either, to be better, to add to, that would bring more people in as a visitor or just to glamorize things a little bit more and make things more appealing for people and or businesses. So, like you just being unified in that one, I mean, that's, I think, grant, and I know we can't just base everything off of grant. We're in the now and we need to do what we have to do now to make things run smoothly, but you have that common denominator. And with the funds that are coming, just try to capitalize on that and just pour it into the community and just use that as the base point.
Any questions, other questions?
Yeah. Do you go by James or Jay or?
Any of it. Most people know me by the Grump. My nickname is the Grump. And literally more people know me by that, but Jay is fine.
Jay.
I would just go
Okay.
with Jay.
What do you do for a living, Jay?
Well, I'm self-employed, and I mostly do custom remodels. And I do a lot of concrete work. I do a lot of the different trades. When I do a job, I do it from start to finish myself. I do all the plumbing, electric, everything myself, but I do, it's not just construction, but I do a lot of interior remodeling and stuff. A lot of property management and maintenance. I have quite a few customers that are, whether they own rentals or whatever, and I do a lot of, work for them, keep doing maintenance and stuff between here and all the way to Price Hill, the west side, so I'm all over the place.
So as a council, one of the things that as a group here, I really want to see for us is a collaborative team group here that's all working together to help make things possible within the community. At the same time, promoting a positive village, right? Promoting good things, making sure we're sharing all the fun things that are happening, and as a whole, again, working together. How do you see yourself promoting what we're trying to do here? What does that look like for you, Mr. Keefe?
I guess just being a positive supporter of, what community events or outreach. That would be, I'm not a party promoter for sure. So
Don't have to be.
I would be that guy that would be supporting or be the team player. I would throw ideas at the person leading something like that.
Mhm.
Just common sense ideas, or, I feel like I could help in that manner.
Mhm.
Or if there's if there's an event that's happening and, or someone wants to do some elaborate event and comes to the council and, asks for $10,000 to do this huge event, and if it's not in the budget, I can just be that simple guy that might say, maybe next time, or be that guy that also could help come up with more ideas or help them set up for it. I don't know.
Well, and I think the underlying, creating that environment, creating that atmosphere that we don't agree with one another, right, on council. And that's where it can always go sideways. If we disagree or a couple members disagree on something, I think that's healthy, right? I think that's a competitive, healthy environment. The thing that I really want us to do is still support each other, right? Just because we disagree with one another doesn't mean that we dislike one another. It's that environment that we're trying to promote. And so when you talk about team building and being collaborative, I think it's fair to say we all have to understand that we're not always going to agree with one another. And how we handle that and how we deal with that says a lot about us as a whole. And one person could, if they chose to handle that in a manner that maybe wasn't as effective, it really can shed light or show a negative light on all of us. So I really want that to be, the underlying theme for anyone that we choose. But to know that we're promoting a positive village here, a positive environment. We're doing lots of good stuff here.
And I don't feel like I would want to, the positiveness is obviously the key. And how I want to say it. Yeah. It's definitely okay to have your differences.
Absolutely.
Because that's what it's, you know.
That's what gets us
That's what
better.
it's all, right,
Yep.
right. But just, you still gotta be positive even when you do disagree.
Mhm.
You know?
You still have to like that person, right? You still have to be
Because,
respectful and
right,
all those fun things.
Yep, and we all have different ideas and just get them out there and then, try to work it out. So, and I don't have any, I know I said it in my letter, because I haven't lived here
Mhm.
my whole life, like most people have, you know, but I also I'm not carrying ideas that are 20 years old, or I want this done, or I want a street named after me or someone else. I'm not going after such things because, you know, I'm just here to bring some common sense, positive help or ideas.
We appreciate that,
So-
certainly. And you've done great in the interview tonight. I'll look over here and just make sure anybody have any additional questions for Mr. Keefe. So basically, we're going to continue on with the next person. I'll allow you to choose that next person that gets to come in. How's that sound for you?
You fine?
Send the next one in and then we'll move forward.
Do I switch up or I can stay in?
You can stay in if you want, or you can sit out. That's up to you. Whatever works best for you.
Because they can't cheat now, because
Yeah, you've already gone. You've already done the hard job.
ladies first.
Hi, Miranda. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. So we'll try and make this not as painful or painstaking as it may seem. Really, we're just really trying to learn about you as a whole here. So probably the best way, Miranda, to get us started is to just really tell us why you want to be a part of this council.
Well, I'm here tonight. I saw the need.
Is that mic on? I'm
I
sorry.
think tap it if you don't mind. Hit the button. Is there a red button?
There you go.
Is it not? Sorry. Go ahead.
So I'm here tonight because I saw that there was a need. That's kind of the person that I am. If I see that there's
If you were appointed, what would be the first thing you would be geared to try to move to see that is like something we really need to be focused on and working on?
I just think the continuous support of like our small business.
Tell us a little bit about your background. What lends in your background to this?
I currently work at the school. I am the assistant treasurer. Before I worked at the
Do you a favor and move that mic closer to you. And is the red button still on?
Yeah. Let me scoot it up. Sorry.
You're fine. I just want to make sure they can hear you at home.
So balancing opinions collaboratively is really important. I feel like everybody's entitled to have their opinion, and the better.
How you handle those situations when you don't agree is very important too, right?
Yes.
I mean,
So just having a positive outlook, like I'm kind of that person that tries to find the positive spin on whatever.
we support it and we move forward. Yes, absolutely.
Can I ask you to hit that button on the right side again?
I don't know what's going
On
on.
the right side, there you go, yeah, yeah. Now talk into her or tap it.
Andy, I don't think yours is working
Is
either.
that better?
Yeah,
No, it's not coming on.
Push the blue button.
Okay,
There it's on.
Okay.
All right. Other questions?
I had one. So in your letter, it says one of the key areas of interest for you is blighted and tax delinquent properties in our village. What is your plan for those?
I feel like in the last couple of years, we've seen an increase in people purchasing some of these homes and renovating and putting them back out on the market, which is bringing in, more families to our community. I feel like the more that we can help that happen, the better. There's a huge need for homes and for families. Working in the school, like this week, I think today's Thursday, and I've talked to 5 families that are trying to move into the district. Our open enrollment period is closed and they want to move into the village. They want to live here because they want to raise their kids here. So I think, the more that we can help, and I know there are programs to help people purchase homes and renovate them. So the more that we can help and do that, I mean, it's better for the community. We bring in more tax revenue and more money into the village.
Additional questions? All right, good. Okay, so we will continue on. You did excellent, nice job. You get to pick the next person that comes in the door, Miranda, so.
Thank you.
Make sure you, yeah, she could have. Make sure you guys are close to your mics and we're having some issues. Sit down, so make sure that mic's on. We're having a little bit of a mic issue tonight. Make sure the red is. Push a button. You got it in.
Button on your right. There you go.
There you go. And try to get as close as you can. I apologize. We're having some issues tonight. So we have Mr. Ring in front of us. You guys have a copy of his letter in your packet, and we'll try and make this not as painful as it sounds. Really, we're just trying to learn more and get to know you. So probably the easiest way to get started is for you just to kind of let us know why you want to be a part of this council.
Well, since I've retired from the post office last year in September, I've always been intrigued of what went on in council, what went on in the commissioners meeting and stuff like that, but I was never able to attend. Most of the time I was raising kids and didn't have time, basketball practice, baseball practice, whatever. But after I retired, then was a golden opportunity to start. I started coming to meetings, and I enjoyed what I heard, and some things I wasn't happy about. But I took notes and stuff, and I just thought, well, that'd be something that maybe I'd be interested in. And then when the seat came available, I was interested and put in for it. And it's intriguing. I think that I can help council. I think I have. I'm not a big person who has a lot of ideas that no one else has had, but I'm a team player. I can, if someone thinks of it, then I can help add to it, and am there to help out. However, labor force, thinking ability to do different things of whatever the situation may be that came up, or the idea and plan. So it just, it was a good time, and good time for me to do it. And I was very interested. And so it just worked out for me.
Questions from the group here?
Mr. Ring, you talked about in your letter, visitor accommodations. You referenced some of the community events. How do you see that going forward about accommodations? Or I know you had mentioned getting places for people to stay that come to Georgetown with the streetscape and things going on.
Yeah, we definitely need that. I mean, I have a large family, and we have several family members that don't live in town, and so they do come in for an extended stay. We make do, but it would be a lot nicer if we did have a small hotel that they could stay in, and not just my family, but other families. And I mean, we have the Brown County Fair is getting ready to come up. There are people that come and stay here all week, and maybe they have a camper, but maybe they would rather stay in a small hotel if not have to drag their camper. The Brown County Horse Show, the Antique Machinery Show. There's several things that go on. The grant days. There's just several things that go on that we need accommodations during the day. You see a lot of people walking around town, and they don't all live here, and some of them would like to stay for a day or two to continue investigating things that they were interested in. At the grant days, the more history and stuff like that. But they have to go home because or go to Mount Orb or Aberdeen or Maysville, because that's the closest places that there's accommodations for people to stay. So I really think that would help us out a lot. I mean, there's many things going on here in this village, and it's attracting a lot of people, and I think that would really help us.
No questions.
Kind of a follow-up to that. How do we attract a small hotel here? You have any ideas for that?
No, not really. I mean, I don't know who to contact as far as the chain, but I guess there's like in restaurants, they have franchises. So I guess you can Google stuff and find out what's the step one for building a small hotel, so I would say we could Google it and move forward to that. And I'm sure there's, people that are out there that are leaders of these hotels, these chains, and are looking to expand. So I would say the best thing to do would be Google that and start there.
Or you could just task Travis with it. Help Travis.
He probably got enough on his plate right now.
Other questions from the group here? All right. You did a nice job, Mr. Ring. We appreciate your interest in this seat. And hopefully we'll come to a decision tonight. So if you wouldn't mind, if you could send Mr. Jones in, that would be great. Thank you. We have Mr. Jones in front of us. You have his letter in your packet too as well, I believe. So Jeremy, probably the easiest way to get started is to just enlighten us and let us know, why you want to be a part of this council.
Good evening, all of you. Thank you for accepting my letter, I guess, and allowing me to sit here tonight. So let's see, I think this is tonight would be the third appointment that I've applied to. Previously to that, I ran for council, lost by a very small margin. I then applied for his spot when he stepped down, and it's just kind of spiraled out of that. I live in the community. I want to be a part of city government. That's no shock or surprise, I'm sure, to all of you, because I've run. I just want to be that positive change, bring something new to the table. As we look around, we see many new faces from when I came and sat in council meetings for years at this point. Way that council kind of orchestrates itself, it's no surprise to me. I know all about it. I've seen, I know, I understand as far as that goes. I'm just looking for a chance. And if I'm not chosen, that's okay. There's an election coming, and I will show up in the election in the next cycle. So no big deal there.
What are some things that you feel or you believe would be things that you would, once seated, you would truly focus on? What would you like to see different, changed, improved? What is it?
We really need to push sidewalks, I feel like, because I've walked around town. And people are always on Facebook ranting about our sidewalks. I'm sure we all are aware. But we need to push that. There is a matching opportunity that they pay so much that the village pays the rest, however that is. And a lot of people just don't know still. And that's I don't know, that's something that probably would go door to door and say, hey, we have a program, and, kind of give them the information on that. That's probably one thing. Another thing I'd really like to do is the park really needs, the walking paths are terrible. There's things that we can do at the park that we could, in Brown County, I'd say it's probably the best park we have in Brown County at this point, aside from Mount Orb, where they do like the singing and all that kind of stuff, the music in the park. Aside from that, okay, a real park, I'd say we have it, and we need to take care of it and upgrade it however we can to keep it in that manner where people will want to come and spend time and money in our town and be a part of our town.
How does your background lend to this role? What is your background, and how does that work with this role?
So my background is a technological background. I work for RTS up here in town. as one of their IT support members. That's kind of one thing that our council over the years kind of has lacked, is someone in that technological area of expertise. And the previous chief, Chief Freeland, was really good with technology and keeping the village going and all that kind of thing. I'm not sure how the new chief fares with what Freeman did, but we haven't really had anybody on council that is, I would say, technologically sound, or that's their background. Not to say that they're ignorant to technology. It's just something that they just don't do and work with every day. So that's kind of what I do. I work with it every day. I work with about 200 people between our Georgetown office and our Beachmont office. So, it's not a,
Just a brief one on collaboration. I know to your point, you had said that you've run a couple times and you had previously put in for appointment. How do you see yourself working with this council? And the reason I ask is based, obviously, I know you ran against the mayor and Councilmember Mays, and you weren't able to get the appointment last time. How do you see yourself fitting in with this group overall?
I don't see a problem with fitting in with the group. I don't hold grudges.
Be collaborating.
I don't have a problem talking with anybody. Like, I don't hold grudges because I didn't win or I lost or I didn't get appointed, or it's a waste of my time. It's a waste of, everybody's time, really, because life's too short to sit there and want to hold on to things that don't matter. At the end of the day, election cycles come and go, and the voter votes in different people, as I have seen over the years that I have come and paid attention, right? So, Kelly sat on the council for 10-ish years. There you go. So, and she's seen many people come and go in her time of tenure of sitting on the council. So, I don't have a problem talking, obviously. I can talk to anybody. I can find commonalities with anybody and talk and get along. We have, at RTS, we have many different teams, and we have to figure out problems all the time. And, within our group of 3 people, we have to solve their problems as quickly as possible. So it's not really any different of an atmosphere here versus there.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, Jeremy, thank you. You did a great job. We appreciate your interest in the council seat as a whole. And I think there are no further questions. Awesome. All right. No, we don't have a lot. Good. All right. So if you guys so choose, there is an option to go into executive session to discuss the candidates tonight. And if you would like to do that, someone would just need to make that motion.
I would like to make a motion to go into executive session pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G1 to consider the appointment of a public official.
Councilmember Campbell has made the motion with Councilmember Garbett seconding that motion. Tara, roll call.
Councilmember Campbell.
Yes.
Councilmember Garbett.
Yes.
Councilmember Mays.
Yes.
Councilmember Barnhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Bakke.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. So you guys are welcome to stay. We're actually going to move this time, and we'll reconvene here shortly.
Is it 121.22G1, but just public official?
Appointment of a public official, period.